So there's a lot of people that I would consider baby cybersecurity enthusiasts. And I kind of made up this term, like what you're probably thinking, what is a baby cybersecurity enthusiast? And these people are people who literally need to be spoon fed information their entire career. Like they just reach out to people and they're like, will you be my mentor? They're like, will you be my mentor? Will you be my mentor? And the truth is, guys, you don't need a mentor to get started. You really don't. There is so much information out there. There's dozens, maybe even hundreds of YouTube channels out there that have hundreds of videos, thousands of videos. And there's tons of blog posts, there's Reddit, there's Discord. There's so much information that you can literally just get by reading. You don't even need to ask a single question. You don't need to know a single person. There's that much information out there. We live in the greatest time of information. We don't have a lack of information at all. The secret to breaking into cybersecurity isn't even a secret anymore. It's there. You just need to take the information and you need to apply it. A lot of people are afraid to make that first step because there is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. I will give you that if you're a newcomer and you're a bit confused. But the reason why there's a lot of information is because every professional has broken into this field in a different way. If you ask 100 different people how they broke into cybersecurity, you're going to get 100 different answers. And that just leads me to tell you that there are infinite paths into this field, right? There's a lot of people that get certifications and they break in that way. That was kind of my main thing to break in. Some people don't even have certifications. Some people, they break in because they met the right person at the conference. That wasn't me. Like I said earlier in the stream, I'm newer to the conference game, but there are a lot of ways you can break in. I went the military route. That was what really helped me out a lot. But coming out of the military, the certifications helped me the most, making that transition. And a lot of people get confused because there is a lot of information out there. But rather than trying to craft this perfect roadmap or like trying to have someone tell you a step-by-step guide on how to break into the field, because so many people, they want a roadmap, right? And those are some of the top videos on YouTube. And I know that to be true because I make some roadmap videos and people love them. But the truth is, like these roadmaps, the ones that I make anyways, that's a multi-year process. It's a multi-year process. It takes multiple years to really get to the level to break into cybersecurity, because cybersecurity, unfortunately, and to be quite frank with you, isn't an entry-level thing. Like you need to come from a tech background in some way, shape, or form. More times than not. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just unlikely. And when it comes to these roadmaps, people love them because it's like, oh, it's a step-by-step guide. If I get this cert and I do this course and I do this boot camp and I get this degree, and people, you're thinking of it the wrong way, right? It's not like other professions where like a lawyer, like they go, I don't know what it takes to become a lawyer, but there's a law school and then you got to pass a bar. I know that much. And there's like a kind of like a step-by-step process to become a lawyer, right? But like in cybersecurity, it's really like the Wild West. Like you can truly do it however you want to. It kind of reminds me of my guest I had on my podcast, Richie, a Anubis hacker. And he purposely didn't get a degree. He purposely didn't get OSCP just to prove it was possible. And I really commend him for that. Me, I didn't do that. I was like, I'm going to get as many degrees as I can, as many certs as I can. And the only reason you're not gonna hire me is if you just don't like me as a person. And that was like the mentality I had. I wanted to go in with as many advantages as possible, get as many. That's why I lost certs, because I wanted as many advantages as possible, and that's why I still work incredibly hard to this day. But yeah, there's so many different ways to break into cybersecurity, guys. You're overcomplicating it with the roadmaps, and you don't need a step-by-step guide. You really want to build your own path, because at the end of the day, the best path that you take is the one that you build yourself. And if you take someone else's path, let's say if you follow the exact steps that someone did 5 years ago to break into cybersecurity, like you're probably not going to break in, because the old way of breaking in isn't the way to break in now. The field's constantly changing. And another thing is, I have made myself 5-year plans. I feel like every year I make a 5-year plan. And every 5-year plan that I've ever done never happened. Like, I always get sidetracked. I go pick up a different cert because of whatever reason, and things don't play out the way I always plan them out. So that's the thing about roadmaps. Like, it's going to change, and there's going to be personal things in your life that's also going to it's gonna interfere with your path that you envision for yourself. And more times than not, like, it's not gonna play out the way you think it's going to play out, for good and for bad. Sometimes it plays out a lot better than what you think it's going to. It's not a bad thing. It's just a reality. It's just life, right? Life happens. Things are gonna be different. The field's constantly changing. In your personal life, things are gonna come up too. So don't get caught up on the roadmaps. Like, you really truly need to think for yourself. There is a lot of information out there, and it can be confusing, like I said. But don't get caught up on following a set path. Like, there are so many different paths, and what you would need to focus on is just worry about the next step. What's in front of you? What's the first step? And then after that, figure out what the next step is, rather than making a 5-year plan. Now, it's okay to make a 5-year plan. I still do it to this day. But I'm kind of not relying on 5-year plans too much, because so many things in life just happen. And don't get caught up on the roadmaps. It's okay to ask questions, but don't expect mentors and people to like carve out the perfect path for you. Okay. It is your career at the end of the day. No one cares more about your career than you do. And most people don't care about your career at all. I do care about your career, and that's why I make the content that I do. But a lot of people, they're more worried about themselves. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If you want some more insights, I highly recommend going to kyserclark.com/newsletter, sign up for my newsletter. I wrote this, I think, 9 months ago. I wrote about this 9 months ago. And if you need to hear that message, you could have got 9 months ago from my newsletter. And there's valuable content, frank, honest, real content in my newsletter. If this inspired you, the newsletter's where you want to be.